Hi everybody, look at what I'm taking delivery of today. Boy, this is going to be a fun video to share with you. You're not going to want to miss it. Well, hi everybody. Thanks for joining me for another video. While they get the chains off of the new backhoe, this is the 2020 tractor loader backhoe from John Deere, made right here in Dubuque, Iowa. Pretty proud of that. Oh boy, I'll tell you. It's not too many of our lives we get to purchase something like this, and I'm going to invite you to come along for a short dealer delivery, so you're going to get a walk around on this machine and just learn the basics. But first, I'd like to take you on a little tour. A couple of miles north of Dubuque is the John Deere plant. It's one reason I like supporting John Deere. Driving around the backside of the plant, take a look at this. Man, wouldn't it be something if you want a ticket and they say, come on out and pick out anything you want and take it home. I don't know how I'd get it home, but I'd take it out of there some way. Look at the backhoes and dozers, and if you look off deeper in the video, you probably saw some real dark green forestry type equipment. Look at the dozers there. As we get up the road a little ways, you're going to see some minis and some other equipment sitting in there. How exciting to drive by and see all this stuff. That's as close as I could get to it for security. But while I'm out taking you for a little drive here, we're going to turn around here at the end of the parking lot here, and I'm going to show you what looks out to the east of the John Deere plant here, and it's the old Mississippi River. Look at all the lily plants, lily pads in there. I'll look up on Google Earth how wide it is right here, and I'll post it on the video later. But it's very wide here, but the barges and the recreational traffic stay in the channel, which they're guaranteed 10 feet to go up and down north and south there. You get over in here, you're going to get off into some awful muck, and you're going to get hung up real quick. Well, I've got a lot to share with you on this video, so let's go ahead and get it started. First of all, I'm going to show the old tractor loader backhoe we traded in. I'll post the year of it here. I can't remember what it is. Let's stop the video a minute. This tractor's seen a lot of salt work and a lot of hard work, so she's earned her retirement. Let's join the dealer walk around right now in progress.
Standard teeth are narrower.
See, they're in the floor.
They're in the floor also,
Yeah.
because they were also, the bucket comes from the factory. You can't get flare teeth.
Just a wider tooth.
So it came with it. You guys already own them teeth, so there's no sense in me keeping them.
Look at the reinforcement they put on the back of that boom. Isn't that nice? If you pulled concrete or pulled something in it, or just to make it stronger, but boy, that would really help with some damage, possible damage to that, wouldn't it? I'm going to try to point out some neat features on this that I'd like to see in the Series 1 or 2, and some features that are on the Series 1 and 2 tractors.
This is your boom safety latch. If you're up underneath working on it, put this in, pull this pin, put it in here. It'll be down here. Loading a truck or whatever, and you come up and you'll hit the front side of the grill. You got these boom protection plates. They work a lot better than getting your grill all damaged. For oil sample test ports.
Oil sample, you get oil pressure off of that?
Yeah, yep. We've got these little needle deals with hoses that for taking oil samples and that.
Oh, okay.
Just put this little needle on it.
That one's
We
for
sell them.
transmission?
Yeah, that's transmission, yeah. Or this hydraulic, this is transmission. Oil dipstick. Filters, fuel filter, oil filter. Here's your engine block heater plugged in like we talked the machine would have.
Right.
Transmission oil filter.
Everything's right there.
Everything's right there. This is your OCV filter. This is your crankcase ventilation filter. On the, like your old backhoe, it just would have had a tube coming off the valve cover.
Okay.
They do this for EPA standards now.
So is that another test port for your...
That's a test port for the oil.
Okay, motor oil.
Motor oil, yep.
Oh, that's where the fill is up
That's
there.
the fill. That's for the hydraulic oil fill up there. Fuel tank, def tank. These are the same standard teeth like we were talking about. All you do on these, little 1/4-inch ratchet.
Yeah.
Screw them out, you know, if you're in hard concrete or whatever, like I said. Windshield washer solvent.
Oh, this clamp goes right here. Okay. Yeah, that's where it goes, right here. That's something you got out of there. And
The other fuse box. Everything's wrote on the operator's manual. The operator's manual is right behind the back seat.
Okay.
Cup holder,
5/16.
12-volt power. And like we talked over there, that console comes in as standard. Like a lot of guys, if they don't want it, they unbolt it and pull it out of there. Just for all swing open upper windows. For your HVAC. Not extendable boom like we talked.
Right.
Pull back on the boom. This is a safety latch. Pops up. It's not automatic like your one was on the New Holland. 2-lever, 3-piece sliding window. Oh, you got lights for days. Every pin, majority of every pin has grease zerks.
All right. Oh, that's
Forward and back.
okay.
Oh, there's a similarity. The quick attach system, a little bit different than Series 1 and 2, but basically the same. Really like it. It's controlled from the inside of the cab, and we'll show you how that works in a little bit.
Top button here is for the bucket quick disconnect. And the beeper keeps beeping until you lock it again. You hear that, Dale? That beeper will keep beeping until you acknowledge that you locked it back in.
Yeah. Right there.
That's what I was talking about these bumpers if you're going below the truck.
Yeah. So you hit them instead of the
You
grill.
hit them instead of the grill.
Self-level's going up, but not down.
Not down.
Not down.
Okay.
Yep. And indicator's right on the back side of the boom. Did you
I
get
see that,
Bill?
yeah. Oh, and that's how it knows it's level. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, nice. Boy, isn't that nice? The bucket position indicator. Pretty simple, isn't it? The way it rolls there. I think that'd be easy to put on a Series 1 or 2. But boy, I was really tickled to see this feature. This is very nice. If you've been with me a while, you've probably heard of Kenny, the welder that I use. He's very talented. I'll bet he could design something like this for me on that 2038. I'll have to talk to Kenny.
Raise that bucket up again so I can show that self-leveling.
All right, so it's time to go out now to a job site. Look to the right. That stump is going to get dug up today. That's where we're going to get this machine dirty. We've got about 3 of those, but we're going to concentrate on one today. Now I left this video in right here because we listened to the instructions from the dealer, didn't we? And we know how to operate the equipment, and yet I can't get the boom undone. I can't get it to unlatch and go forward. So remember,
pull back on the boom. This is a safety latch. Pops up, it's not automatically.
All right, so how do I get the safety latch off? Dale and I are both a little puzzled here, and I'm going to show you here real quick. But I'm taking my time, I'm not forcing anything, I'm just slowly putting the hydraulics to it. And another thing I wanted to point out is, notice how the engine ramps up when I engage the hydraulics, and when I don't, the engine drops down to idle. All right, so take a look at this video now. Look to my right. See my right hand on that knob? That knob pulls that latch up, and I wasn't doing it correctly. Now this is, at the end of the day, putting it away, but it's going to demonstrate my problem at the start of this. There's a little detent there, but see how far you have to pull it back? I was only pulling it back till I met some resistance, and I stopped. I didn't want to force anything. So you can see it almost comes all the way back to my seat. All right, now the time that I've been waiting for, getting that first shovel of dirt with this. This is really going to be a lot of fun. Now I'm intentionally digging close to that root. If I was in a 1 or 2 series tractor, I'd be out a little further. From watching other videos, I've kind of learned go out and wide and start digging in. But I wanted to intentionally just see how much strength or hydraulics or dig force this had. So I'm intentionally digging near there just to see where I can start. And you know, the learning curve is short. The 1 series and 2 series diagram or controls are the same. So the learning curve is very short, very comfortable right away digging it. And here I'm just getting to feel the roots, trying to feel where they're at. And again, I'm just trying the machine out to see how much force I can put on the bucket and lift to cut those roots. Now something this machine has on it, and I don't know the exact terminology for it, I'll have to look it up and put it on the video here for you. The machine is always monitored by John Deere. So if I was running the machine with no oil, or I would get under a root and just hammer it and abuse the machine, there are computers that would gather that information. So if I took it into the dealership and a month from now and says it leaks or there's problems with it, they're able to look at the operator history and be able to see how it was used. You might think that's kind of sneaky, but you know the dealer told us up front. And as a department manager, I'm glad that's on there. It also protects for theft. If the machine was taken, we would be able to get onto the GPS, find out where it's at, and go from there. And likewise, and we could talk about this the whole video, if I went in for a warranty complaint and they said, well, we think it's abused, I would imagine you can look at those records and share those records and use it as your defense too and say, no, we haven't. So I like that feature. Keeps, I think, everybody honest. And I don't imagine we're going to have any problems with it, but I'm glad it's there. Now that's the neighbor's property over there, so that's why I'm kind of holding to my side of the property line. I don't want to get over there too far. Obviously, we've had to locate, and we know where everything's at. And we're just taking my time here and trying to figure out where the roots are and what I can do. There's a nice shovel right there. This is such nice soil. I'm so used to digging around rock at home. This was really an enjoyable dig here for me. I thought the roots, well, let me stop. Okay, I like to always kind of like wiggling a tooth. I like to put my bucket on the stump once in a while and just feel what I'm up against. Have I made any movement on getting it loose? That's what I was doing there with the bucket up against there. Now I'm obviously figuring out where the roots are at, and I'm getting a strategy on how I have to spread out wider. What I'm doing now is trying to see how far to the left it would go to put the soil over in that direction. Hey, while we got a few minutes, I want to do a shout out to David out in Tuolumne, California. David, I hope I said that right. David out in Utah checked in. D-Man in Greenville, Michigan said hello. Graham over in San Marcos, Texas said hello. Let's see who else. We had John over in Pitt County, North Carolina checked in. We heard from South Hill, Washington, Utica, New York, Prairieville, Louisiana, Greencastle, Indiana, and Snohomish, Washington checked in since the last video. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that, everybody. So you're never too old to learn new tricks, right? Dale's been running this machine a lot more than me, so I thought I would compare my technique to his, and you can see he recommended get in on the other side. What a fun day to work with people who have more experience than I do and get to play with it and try their strategy and mine and see how it all comes together. Now, if that was our property behind the bucket there, I would be over that way digging across those roots in that stump, but I don't feel comfortable going over there in the neighbor's property. Likewise, where the camera is positioned, that's a real steep down sloping hill. So we put the tractor there to straddle this hill, and that's why we're doing the dig the way we are. There's some other things there geographically that influenced our position and ability to dig. So if you're wondering why I'm just staying right there, that's one reason. All right, I'm going to jump ahead 1 minute. And we made a lot of progress here in that last minute. So now I'm starting to get a little movement on that stump. So things are looking a little more optimistic. I haven't moved the tractor. I'm still in that same position. And I'm going to dig in there, and then I'm going to try to curl that bucket and get underneath that root and then curl it out of there. I remember reading that you can get a lot of force out of that bucket curl versus using your boom. Boy, the operator's station is comfortable. There's all kinds of room. It's quiet. It has air conditioning. The window slides down. Boy, that is one sweet operating station. There we go. So I'm trying to dig along that left side of that stump. I found a soft spot there, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that and then be able to kind of lift that up and out of there. You know, I like to dig, and I drop my loose soil back in there just to save movements. Take a dig, drop it back in, dig a little bit deeper. It works for me. I was just asking Dale why we didn't order a thumb on this. That would have been kind of handy to have right now. But all in all, it worked out pretty well, and it's a pretty nice stump out of there now. And all done. Boy, what a fun day. Here I'm going to start playing with those wider teeth, and I want to see if I can bring some of that dirt off of the grass over there and leave some of the grass in place. So I'm just trying to be real careful and kind of rake it across there and see if I can leave the grass in good condition. Here I just wanted to see how easy that stump would roll or push away with the backhoe. And much to my expectation, boy, it just pushes it right over and away. Here with the camera on the right side, I want to try to show you how I'm using those wide teeth to take some of that dirt off the existing lawn and maybe not scar it up. So far, so good. That's a pretty good couple of pulls there. Pretty happy with that. Here's another attempt. Whoop. Oh. Yeah, I got a little aggressive there, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah. We can get out the rest of them. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, Dale said there's 2 more stumps there I can go after, so I'm going to load things up here and go over and dig those up. I'm not going to pass on this by any chance. So my thanks to Dale and the crew for being patient. I could see in his movements there he was getting nervous, but I appreciate him letting me run his machine there today. Well, if that wasn't enough fun, in the next video we're going to finally get the lawn aerator out. I bought this from a friend of mine down in Indiana, from Mark, and we're going to examine the plugs and how that works. And then we're going to go to Davenport, Iowa. Scott's been sitting on this information down there. I found mountains of black gold. That's compost. Look at all of it. Holy cow, this is good looking stuff. It hauls like ash. It's about as light as ash, you can see. I ordered 4 yards. That's a 3 cubic yard bucket. And this guy was pretty generous. So I think we ended up with a solid, honest 5 cubic yards in there. You'll have to check back and see if I got home 70 miles and how much I lost. Then we're going to get out the top dresser. I bought this at a government auction, and I think you're going to get a kick out of seeing this work. Hey, as always, I appreciate a thumbs up if you like the video, and I appreciate your kind comments. Be safe, be healthy, be good to each other. See you next month. So long.